Okay, camera good.
Okay guys, ready na?
Okay.
Ria! Okay, so here's the Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, action!
Hi, so good morning or afternoon. So, we would like to interview you for our research. And, well, you know naman the research. So, what name would you prefer to be called?
Jam.
Jal. Okay. So, how old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
17. And what grade are you in?
Grade 11. Currently in STEM.
11 step. Five.
Hi Jel, so I will be your interviewer for today. I'm gonna ask you some questions. So, how did you become a athlete?
Well, I became a student athlete because one time I was watching a in the TV and I saw a sport that got me fascinated, which is badminton, and I tried to join in and train in, and yes.
So, how did you feel about becoming a student athlete?
Well, becoming a student athlete is very tiring actually. Kaya it takes time and effort to always go to trainings and stuff. But then it's fulfilling naman.
Can you describe your thought process when you were choosing to become an athlete?
Well, my thought when choosing to become a student athlete was like because I just wanted to join in that particular sport.
What drives you to stay as a student athlete?
The thing that drives me to stay as a student athlete is because as I train more, I became more passionate about my sport, and yes.
So you can say that it is your passion with the sport that drives you to continue on.
Yes.
Even though the hard times, especially with academics.
Yes, even though it's hard, I still can manage.
What are the activities that you do as a student athlete?
Well, usually we have trainings every after dismissal. And sometimes if there is like a tournament, we train every weekend.
So, do you spend more time on academics, athletics, or social life?
It's quite a hard question. But actually I spend time equally between the three of them because being a student athlete, you also have your social life, you have your friends, you have your teammates, and also in academics, it's also very important for me to graduate.
So, how do you decide which activities to spend more time on?
Again.
How do you decide which activities to spend more time on?
Usually, I decide to spend more time on my academics rather than rather than other activities. But then I can still manage between the two because our trainings are usually after dismissal.
So, what do you do if you have an important game, quiz, and social gathering happening in the same week?
Um, Well, it's difficult to balance between the three, but then I still focus more on academics first, then go on with the others.
Um, Next question. What do you do if you have an important game, quiz? Oh. Oh, I questioned this. Next question. How much do your friends and family know about your activities as a student athlete?
Actually, my friends and family know that I join a particular sport, and actually they support me.
So they're quite aware with what
Yes,
you're
they
doing,
are quite aware.
and especially your friends.
Yes, because I share it to them.
Do they support you with games? Do your family go to your matches?
Actually, my family go to my matches, but then I also invite my friends, but I still understand if they can't come because they also have their own activities, they have their priorities, and it's fine with me.
What have your friends and family said about your activity?
Like what said.
Like motivation?
Oh, um, they usually congratulate me if I did my best, and also they give positive comments and also negative comments on how I did the game.
So how does those comments affect you?
Well, those comments affect me as a person because it helps me to improve myself to be better in the future.
How supportive are your friends and family in regards to your schedule?
They are very supportive. My family, especially my family, are very supportive on my schedule.
Are they okay with you going home late, especially on class days?
Well, they actually is not okay, but they understand because usually our trainings, as I said earlier, is after dismissal. So
How do they react when important events happen at the same time?
well, they are actually excited because I'm playing. Yes.
How often do you miss school because you need to perform a sports-related activity?
Well, actually, our games are usually in the weekend, so we don't. I don't usually have skip classes because of a particular game or stuff.
What is the reaction of your teachers when you return?
The well, maybe I'm not sure, but I think they just congratulated me and stuff. Yeah.
What kinds of difficulties do you face in academics due to your absences?
Well, it's quite difficult to cope up with different topics because there are many subjects that are in STEM. Yes, and actually I just ask help from my friends, my classmates, if ever I miss anything.
What kinds of difficulties do you face in academics due to your absence?
Again,
What kinds of difficulties do you face in academics due to your absence?
well, it might be because on how I will cope with the lessons and mga quizzes pagod.
How often do you reject social invitations because of your training schedule?
Well, very often because as I've said, if there are tournaments, upcoming tournaments, we train every day, even on weekends.
So what are some examples of social events that you decline?
Like birthdays.
So, example for your birthdays, are your friends okay with it? That you're not there with them?
Well, they feel quite sad, but then they understood.
What is the reaction of your friends and family when you reject social invitations?
They were just like, sige, congrats. Do your job, God bless. Good luck, God bless.
How often are you absent during training to attend a social event?
If it's a very important gathering, I asked my coach to excuse me for a while, and yeah.
What is the reaction of your coach and teammates when you are absent?
Mm, they actually understand if I'm absent.
How do absences in training affect your body?
Well, if I'm absent for like how many weeks, my body isn't that conditioned again to play, and ma-start naman ko liwat conditioning and stuff para magbalik wala sa naka part. Yes.
So, thank you for your time.
Thank you. And your answers will very much help our research, and it is very important. So, and we actually prepared snacks for you.
Oh.
So,
Here are your snacks.
so you
Thank
will have
you.
snacks before your training.
Yes, thank
No,
you.
it's hers.
It's
It's hers too.
Thank you very much.
So, any final words any final messages to your your fellow student athletes?
Well, my final message is to just do your best. Yes.
And cut. Okay, guys. Great work. Good job, everyone. Woo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, guys. Wrap up.
So after this, we need to take a picture with you. Is that okay with you? Okay. Picture.
Okay, picture. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Another one, Waki. Okay, very good. Great work, everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And you enjoy your snaps.